They've been building this police state up, building Northcom up for decades. It didn't get set up in 2002, as we've been told. We have the government documents. Clinton gave speeches about it. They've been building this internal national police, this control grid, up to this point. Now they're launching all the crises at once. I think they want a violent revolution. They're probably going to stage terror attacks and say we did it. Now, I've been predicting that if we saw the Southern Poverty Law Center and ADL come out and start that script, that it was a sure thing. What started 2 days ago?
Well, like I said, I think we ought to hold the politicians to the Ten Commandments and also use the Constitution to throw the bums out.
I agree, and I appreciate your call. But the thing I'm trying to make clear here is we've got to explain who's behind the terror. Who has the motive? Who's been caught doing it before? I mean, folks, I understand them so well, but it's really not even hard to do. It's not like it's some feat. It'd be like if I said to my wife, honey, it's going to get dark in about an hour, and it was 8 o'clock at night. Everybody knows it's about to get dark, and it got dark. She would say, oh, my gosh, you're the greatest genius on earth. I know how they work. These guys bombed OKC. These guys carry out the terror attacks. Every time they politically are losing, they stage terror attacks. That's in Army field manuals. In fact, will you guys search engine Army Field Manual 2004 false flag? That'll get it. And I want to, because I forget the exact field manual number. This is officially a secret Army field manual. The news admitted a year ago when this came out it was real. The Army got mad and said that's classified. WikiLeaks put it out. Now, we already know the Army did the stay-behind networks and the NATO option and Gladio. Every time people in Italy or Germany or another country were about to vote out the government they didn't like, the U.S. Army goes and stages terror attacks and then blames it on the enemies, and the Italian police go and arrest them. I mean, this is standard procedure. I mean, it's standard. The American people are about to get their rights back, get us out of the UN, abolish the Federal Reserve in 1995. The feds blew up their own federal building. I mean, these people have got aces up their sleeves. You heard the caller earlier saying, hey, I talked to my sheriff. He knows what's going on. I'm really positive. Yes, positive things are happening. But then we know the establishment is going to stage terror attacks and say we did it. Just like the sun came up this morning and just like the sun's going down tonight. I mean, it's guaranteed. Unless we expose their trick. I mean, if somebody can cheat at cards, as long as you don't know they're cheating. But the minute you know they're leaning back with their fingers and pulling aces out of their sleeve, the minute you know they're doing that trick in the sleeve, it's over. You're like, hey, you're cheating. Give me my money back. You're cheating at poker. Yeah. You can actually read the 219-page U.S. military counterinsurgency manual, and the document site scrib.com has it. Flashback, U.S. counterinsurgency manual leaked, calls for false flag operations, suspension of human rights, how to stage terror attacks, how to torture people, and the Army admits this is their document. So, just so you know, I mean, staging terror attacks is 101. So, the feds probably already have operations in motion, getting truck bomb ready, whatever. And just look, feds, when they kill a bunch of you and blow your daycares up, don't get mad at me, okay? I'm not the one blowing your daycares up. And I guarantee you the media is going to have my face up there when your bosses kill you. And if I was the feds, there's no way I'd work in a federal building with a history of your bosses targeting your kids. And, of course, this bomb, because they know people hate feds, will be put right by daycare. They're going to pick a place with a daycare. You watch. When they blow up your federal building, they're going to pick a daycare because they love to show dead kids. And they'll have people come out with the dead kid bloody on TV and say the Bill of Rights did this, the gun owners did this. And then all these idiots will say, oh, the Bill of Rights is bad. See, that's how these people operate. Let's go back to your phone calls here. Let's talk to Rich in New York. Rich, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, hello, Alex.
Welcome.
Welcome. I love your show, man. I got to say, I also dig your bump music. Wish you would play a little more Frank Zappa, because he knew what was going on for decades. Anyway, I'm a healthcare worker in New York City, and I had an idea about how to avoid the flu shot. They haven't been able to yet control who we see as a doctor. I was saying if everybody would just go to their family physician, if they could really trust them, and say, hey, can you take that stuff and just shoot it in the garbage pail and give me the write-off that you did it?
But look, it's more than just that. They're ordering the medical workers. I think it was you that called a few weeks ago and said, I just got the document, but since then it's been all over the news that they are forcing healthcare workers to take it, which is threatening them with their job. There's no law. There's an executive order and a UN treaty saying they can forcibly inject you, lock you down, shoot you if they need to. That's all on record. We've covered it here at nauseum. If you want to find it, just search engine executive order quarantine. And that brings up CBS News first, and then it's got the executive order there for you. And it says it all there in one article. That's why I mentioned that one. Because there's still denial this is going on in big quarters out there. And the COINTELPRO says that I'm the one making this up and that this isn't in the news. Or that I'm making up there's a plan to poison our water. Or I'm making up that they want to euthanize us when it's all in their own documents and their own statements and their Biological Diversity Treaty 1996 and their Club of Rome documents and all of it. But in books like Ecoscience, no, this is really going on. They're really telling healthcare workers, police, military, you've got to take this shot. And most of them are saying no. So that looks like the program is going to stall. But they're going to go ahead and create fear and hype over a few thousand people dying normally of flu in this season, as they always do. And then you're going to have huge hordes of people. I mean, over a couple deaths. They had people lined up in Austin hospitals and every other hospital in the country. I saw the same reports all over the nation, freaking out, panicking, wanting last year's shot, even though they admitted it wouldn't protect them and help them. Okay? We'll be right back with more calls. I'm going to get into all this news. Stay with us. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've just gotten new reports in that are off the chart. National Guard drill at high school to prepare for possible H1N1 riot. National Guard takes over school and swine flu vaccine riot drill. Congressman Obama could use pandemic to declare martial law. This is really happening. State takes extra steps to battle flu and fall. Massachusetts health authorities took the unprecedented step yesterday of deputizing dentists, paramedics, and pharmacists to help administer vaccines against both the seasonal flu and novel swine, expected to make a return visit. Why couldn't healthcare workers give the shots? They're going to be forcing them. This is the Model States Health Emergency Powers Act. This is not our opinion. Now, again, they may set all this up, create fear, have people panic and beg for the shots, just to create the image of people begging for it, and then the real attack comes 2-3 years down the road. That could be what's happening. But there's no doubt it's staged. There's no doubt they're hyping it. There's no doubt they're bringing in the martial law. Now, are they going to fully implement it? I don't know. But all this COINTELPRO the last 6 months, all over talk radio, in the last 8 months, since January, I've been saying, I believe they're going to play the flu card. I believe they're going to play the flu card. Knowing the enemy, seeing their preparations, their conditioning. And then in April, I said, I don't know if this is real, but they're certainly setting it up like it is. This could be it. I've got internal documents. We're really at level 6. Months later, it came out I was accurate. I posted the secret document, and COINTELPRO attacks and says we're making it up. I'm getting death threats, everything else. This is really happening, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I just wish it wasn't real. Believe me, I wish I wasn't telling the truth. I told people back in October they threatened Congress with martial law because we had sources. And then a few days later, it came out on C-SPAN, and people still say I'm a liar. I can have Senator Inhofe, Congressman, who's the one from California we always have on, Sherman. Ron Paul has told you, and now it's been in the mainstream news. I mean, it's really happening. I mean, they really say they're poisoning our water and want to sterilize us and take all the children at birth. They really say they're taking the kids in England now, starting with 22,000 families, and making them guilty first. Just taking the kids and raising them in government facilities and cameras in the people's homes. I mean, people don't believe that. Just Google 22,000 cameras to watch 20 people in British homes. I mean, you can't make it up.